If I were president of the Philippines, I would strive to fulfill the following primary goals. First and foremost, I would strengthen our educational system. Our school system is not something we should be particularly proud of. While the Philippines has excellent schools, universities, and learning institutions, our standards are not as high as those of other countries. For example, our country does not adequately finance our schools. Shorter school days and air conditioning should be made mandatory. Students are encouraged to try new things that will help them, but they never have the opportunity because school consumes the majority of their time. They have more time outside of school to devote to other parts of their lives. Teachers sometimes teach with insufficient books, no materials, or books that are more than 20 years old. How do we expect our children to be up to date with current events if our educational materials are out of date? They believe in a good education for all learners. Our country prides itself on the quality of education a person can receive here, yet teachers are one of the country's lowest paid professionals. Second, I would also make sure that everyone in this country is treated equal and fair. In reality, discrimination still occurs in every aspect today in the Philippines. Discrimination is not just a black and white issue. It also has to do with age, gender, religion, and national origin, to name a few. Schools should be safe places for everyone. But in the Philippines, students who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender too often find that their schooling experience is marred by bullying, discrimination, lack of access to LGBT related information, and in some cases, physical or sexual assault. These abuses can cause deep and lasting harm and curtail students' right to education protected under Philippine and international law. Every Filipino deserves the right to be treated with equality and fairness whether they are male or female, old or young. Next, the Philippines has maintained a strong held position about the illegality of abortion regardless of the circumstance of the mother. The outcome of this legislation, however, has only developed problems rather than solutions on behalf of women. The scenario of unwanted pregnancies through rape or incest is prevalent and victims are often affected by this law. Forbidding access usually leads to a decision regarding other more dangerous means of ending the pregnancy, therefore increasing women's vulnerability to certain health complications, if not death. Hence, legalizing abortion is a key to addressing the social issues in the Philippines and to provide a chance for women who are often victims of external circumstances. Outside influences such as rape or incest may be addressed if abortion were to be legalized in the Philippines. Depression and suicidal thoughts are the main mental illnesses that stem from these type of crimes. The fourth one, I'd like to implement the qualifications of some companies that hire workers with at least 20 years of experience working for the said job. But what about those who are recent graduates? I can honestly claim that the Philippines has high credentials, but the salary isn't what it should be. Companies should not be so demanding since not everybody in the society can complete a degree. It should simply be fitting for the role at hand. It is strange that certain companies require employees to be at least 18 years old yet to have 20 years of experience. Moving right along, last but not the least, is to provide free Wi-Fi access to anyone everywhere in the country, including narrow streets so that everyone can spend less money buying load just to have a mobile data. It is useful not only in the society but also to students who cannot provide an internet connection at home, and the majority of the people own a cell phone nowadays. It can support them in an emergency situation if they are lost, so they can look up to maps. In areas where reception and connectivity are poor, public Wi-Fi would be beneficial. The use of internet access would enable users to communicate with people virtually. By offering free Wi-Fi, the government will assist those with limited income and wealth. This is Nicole Miguel. Thank you so much.